Classical music. We all know what it is, right? Right? No. We don't. Let me go ahead and start all the way back in 1750. Times were pretty sad. Times were lame. Then bam, out of nowhere, Mozart comes flying straight out of the womb in 1756. Now, he was a pretty chill dude, but get this, Mozart started performing from a young age of 5. He even managed to perform in front of royalty. Later on, at the age of 17, he started performing for the Salzburg court. Yo, get this, he eventually realized that this cringe, and then decided to get a different job. Year 1781. Guess what? Bro went straight back to Salzburg. They told him, get the hell out of here. You know what? He kind of just went with it. I have no idea why. Don't ask me. I'm not a historian. Well, he was in Vienna, though. Place where he was in the court. Duh. He thought it would be a good idea if he were to write some music of his own. I guess. He wrote some pretty decent music, including, and also including, later on, after a few more years, unfortunately, he would die at the age of 35 in his home, December 5th of 1791. After Mozart's death, life became sad again. I'm sad. We're all sad. Wait, do you hear that? What is that? Holy cow, it's Beethoven! Beethoven was born December 16th of 1770. At a young age, Beethoven started learning music stuff. One of Beethoven's teachers was his father, and another one of his teachers was the court's organist. He played on the organ. That right there. Now, his father knew of his potential and would constantly push him up into the point of tears. What a baby. Anyways, Beethoven would eventually go on to have his first performance at the age of 6. He was actually 7. They lied. Let's go ahead and skip a few years, why don't we? 1798. Bro starts going deaf. Now, Beethoven began to lose his hearings after he got into a heated quarrel with an opera singer. Probably like they screamed in his ear, like really loud or something like that. During his early times of deafness, Beethoven got really, really sad. Like, even writing suicide notes to people. I know. It sucks. But luckily, Beethoven never actually became fully deaf. Now, get this, he was still able to make out low-pitched tones and sudden loud noises. But despite all that, Beethoven was still pretty lit though. I mean, he made some absolute bangers, such as... And also, unfortunately, Beethoven would go on to die 1827 on the 26th of March. But it was rumored later on the 29th of March, on his funeral, there were a total of 10,000 attendees at his funeral. Now, if you ask me, that right there is a lot of people. Now, my final thoughts on this whole thing was, both of these two musicians made some pretty good music for their time. Now, both of them did live out their lives full of challenges and were constantly struggling to make music, but both of them prevailed in making some pretty good music. Honorable mention, Bach. He also made good music.